Good morning guys, welcome to Lost Phoenix Gaming. I'm back again on Forza Motorsport 7 and having a look at the Forzathon challenges for the third week of October. You've got claws out, need a bit extra grip, which I need to complete a race where I do 190 miles an hour in the 1970 Mercury Cougar Eliminator. There's witching hour, which I need to complete a race in a 1984 Volkswagen Rabbit GTI. And then there's Ringleader, which I need to complete a race in a Holden manufactured car. First up, the Mercury Cougar Eliminator. 190 mile an hour, so the brickyard it is, I think. Let's go onto a brickyard and let's hammer it. I have put a tune on this car just to ensure that I can get to 190 mile an hour in it. It's not doing too badly with it, although because of the tune my handling has gone a bit odd. It's got more of a drag racing tune rather than a actual race tune, hence why the corners are not amazing, but 190 mile an hour is the key, and I've hit 200, so I think jobs are good on this first one of the day. Definitely because of a drag tune it is not doing the corners as well as it should be, but it doesn't really matter too much because that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to race, I'm here to hit speed. And across the line at 202 mile an hour. Fantastic. 1 minute 5 seconds for the lap. So that's that one done and dusted, nice and easily. First pop-up of the day telling me that I've made progress in claws out, and of course being one step challenge I've completed claws out. If I ever look back into Forzathon and just double check what's next, I'll receive my Day of the Dead driver gear, which is pretty cool. And next I've got to complete a race in a 1984 Volkswagen Rabbit. Okay, no problem. Got a Volkswagen Rabbit at Hockenheimring. It's a mighty little hot hatch actually, it does shift it when it wants to. Taking the corner reasonably. Well, this hasn't been modified, this is just their normal stock Rabbit. One of the original hot hatches from the 1980s. It's pretty much the forebearer of the Golf GTI. What I'm deciding to do on these races today is try to keep them as localised as possible. I've got a German car here, the Volkswagen, nice reliable German brand. Unless of course we're talking about emissions, but that's another story altogether. But got a German brand racing around a German racetrack. Previously I had an American car racing around an American racetrack, and as I progress through I will try to keep things as local as possible, just for something to do really, to just keep things a bit native for this week. So coming up to the line, small but mighty, the Rabbit wins. Not doing too bad. It's first place against the Chevy. Simple race gives me my first pop-up for the second challenge, and I've made progress. So absolutely hammering through this today with no real worries. The next one is win a race in a W Motors Lycan Hypersport. Okay, I don't actually own one of these, so I'm going to have to, well, I'm not going to buy it. I don't fancy buying too many more hypercars at the moment, so what I'll do is I'll do this as a rental. The W Motors brand is native to Lebanon, which for the purposes of Forza is probably closest to Dubai than any other track on the game. So a quick lap around Dubai. Looks like I'm up against the Hennessy Venom, which is one hell of a car. This is actually absolutely mad, because as fast as this Lycan is, this Hennessy Venom is really keeping up with me. It's really up against me all the time, and it's, you can see the dot on the map barely moves away from me, so that's absolutely mad. So as good as this is, that Venom is just sheer power, but from Hennessy you can't really expect much else. That's basically what Hennessy do. They take regular cars, even if they are regular hypercars, they take cars and they tune them to within an inch of their life and turn them into these absolutely crazy monsters. But W Lycan has won this one by a hair, just scraped over a line before the Venom, so that's that challenge out of the way, because this was a winner race one, not a complete race. Got the pop-ups, made progress, and of course being the two-step, I have completed. So that's that one done. Absolutely whizzing through this. Back into Forzathon menu, and I'm picking up 60,000 credits for the privilege. Always good, considering I'm at the stage now I'm having to buy cars for some of these challenges. Looking at ringleader, complete a race in any Holden manufactured car, which of course are New Zealand, and you get a clown driver gear, enough to freak anyone out on Halloween. It would be easy for this one to say, let's just throw it around Bathurst and be done with it, because Bathurst, Australia, Holden and from New Zealand. So I thought, no, this is actually a drag car. A 1951 Holden Ute. I'm going to send it down with drag strip. Let's just do it, let's just run it, and let's just watch it completely own a Ferrari. So that was quick, that was a nice quick race. Absolutely flew through it, totally owned the Ferrari. A funky little drag sleeper vehicle, this. It's not bad for something originally designed for farms. For rusty old Ute, still's got some life in it. So back into a Forzathon menu, and I've got ringleader still. Complete a race at Yas Marina in a Shelby manufactured car. Not a problem, I know just the thing. I've got my nice Shelby Cobra out on the track again, against what looks like the Aston Martin. It's Aston Martin Vantage, by the looks of it. And this Shelby Cobra is just flying it. Really nice car. This is actually one of my favourite cars in the game. Not only because it handles really well, it's got loads of power. It's also because it's got loads of style. It's cool. Shelby Cobra's just got this classic American styling. It's really nice. It's, I mean, I've said before about this, it's a step into the sort of real world from the Grand Prix world, so it could easily be a Grand Prix car. This was made as a consumer product. So Shelby Cobra back in the day was much in the same way as you'd buy something like a M Sport or something now, but the Shelby Cobra is just amazing. So a quick lap round, it's not looking too badly. And I'll be crossing the line in 1 minute 11 seconds. Fantastic. Yes, against the Aston Martin. Completely owned it. Got the pop-ups. I've made progress in ringleader. Excellent. Let's have a look at what's next. Actually, I know what's next. So next under ringleader, I need to complete 3 laps in a car from Jaguar, which of course is a British brand, going back many years. It's one of the iconic brands from Britain. Obviously now with GLR, which is Jaguar Land Rover. Most of the stuff they make is made out in China these days, but no, it's the factory is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. I know somebody went round there for a business venture, and it's absolutely brilliant. But having a look at this, I've decided to go for Silverstone, which is the classic British track. I've picked the Jaguar E-Type, which again a classic British car with the Union Jack on, and I've decided to complete the British experience by racing in the rain. A lot of you guys outside of England probably thinking, surely it can't rain that much in England. Well, it does. It rains a lot. We're in a weird place on the map, and it does rain a lot. Don't get me wrong, we have massive heat waves and crazy days, but rain and dullness is generally a bit of a British thing, particularly this time of year. But actually going for it, this car, is I did put a tune on this a few months ago for one reason or another, and it's about 1,000 horsepower. Lovely E-Type. This is a car I was going to use for the James Bond-esque challenge from the other week, when we had to race on a British track, but I decided not to. I went for the Aston, but this is the E-Type, decked out to be like the Austin Powers Jaguar. Although the difference between this one and the one in the film, of course, is the one in the film is open top. But it is the same car. This is just a hard top version, as the open top version is not available in the game. But you guys get my point. British car on the British track in the rain. How British can you get? It's doing well. So 2 out of 3 laps. It's been a bit of a mad week generally. I've managed to do my fortnight challenges in a few hours, which is quite good. The video went up showing where to get the banner. Working on some other stuff. Horizon's quite cool, quite funky. We switch now into the spring season, which is quite good because I've been racing around in winter. Been having a look at the Forzathon challenges on there, which are a bit different on the Horizon actually. On here you'd have a few challenges, do this race, do that race. It's more about achievements on the Horizon. You've got set daily challenges where you have to do certain achievements, like get passing skills or drifting skills or whatever, and you achieve them. But your main one is you get given a car for the week, and you've got to complete challenges with this. For the moment it's a Volkswagen Colorado, and at the moment I'm working towards hitting 2 million skill points, which means a lot of hooning about and a lot of drifting, but that's quite cool. So I'm trying to complete that and do a couple of the other challenges, and I'll put a video together showing what's what on the Horizon, because I haven't really done much on the Horizon. Done a few races, unlocked pretty much all of the barn finds so far, with the exception of the summer season, because I haven't played the summer season yet. And of course there's the 10 million barn find which you get for buying Bamborough Castle. That unlocks a barn which gives you a rather nice Bentley, but I'm not quite up to the 10 million mark and not able to buy my first castle. But of course the summer season one will turn up next week, so I've got that. I've got the autumn specific car, I've got the spring specific car, I've also got the winter specific car, but I've got those. So I'll be doing videos on that stuff at some point during the week, this week or next week. But as for Forzathon, I've completed. I've got the freaky clown gear. So one clown per car is a safety requirement. Yes. Go around on Halloween standing around dressed as freaky clowns. Freak out some people. But never mind. Let's have a look at this next week's. So looking at next week's, you've got Speed is Key, easy as pie, for the 2010 Nissan. You've got to slide around, it's drifty, for the Fleek driver gear. Then zipping along, going fast, for the 2000 Nissan Silver Spec R Forza Edition, which is an exclusive to the game apparently. So Speed is Key. I guess I don't like to guess these anymore, because every time I try and actually guess it, I get them wrong. It always comes to surprise me with something totally weird. But Speed is Key. I'm assuming that's going to be a hit a certain speed sort of target, or maybe a drag racing target. I don't know. Sliding around, no, to slide around, which I mean the clues is drifty. It's going to be a couple of drift challenges. And zipping along, going fast. Anybody's guess at this point, you know what, I'm not going to make myself look like an arse by trying to make a guess and looking wrong. So that's the challenges for next week. We've done these pretty quickly this week, which is fantastic. So that's that, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this has helped. Hopefully this has been entertaining. I haven't done too much on here. It makes me look like a noob, but as soon as I've got some drifting next week, I'm sure that time will come. So until next time, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like button, hit subscribe to keep up to date. So until next time, guys, take it easy and happy driving.